1-800-STEAMER today.
Birthday cupcake to me is more appealing than just a cake.
You like to play the cake field.
Next live, John Stamos from Big Shot.
Today at 9 on ABC 7.
Live from ABC 7, this is Eyewitness News.
Now at 6 a.m., local lawmakers prepare to hold a second meeting today after chaos erupted inside LA City Hall yesterday. The leaked audio gaining the attention of the public and mayoral candidates during their final debate.
But first, the live Mega Doppler 7000 HD lighting up like a Christmas tree as some neighborhoods across Southern California deal with early morning rain. Good morning. I'm Leslie Sykes along with Rachel Brown and John Gregory.
And Leslie Lopez has the day off, but Brianna's watching this weather. Brianna, boy, it's kind of different for this time of year.
I know, and it has been so active for pretty much just this one area of the Southland. It first started off as extending from Orange County out into the South Bay, and now it's kind of just into the South LA area, extending out to about Marina Del Rey and Playa. So to take a closer look here, Inglewood's starting to wind down a little bit, still closer to about Marina and Playa Del Rey, where we are seeing some moderate shower activity. And then between Santa Monica and Malibu, also seeing some light showers. And then a couple sprinkles in some other areas. We saw some in Glendale this morning. We see a little bit of that moving over the Sherman Oaks area. And you can expect to see a little bit of wet weather out there as you're heading out the door this morning, especially if you're traveling along that 105 through the South LA area, through Linwood. Roads are slick in some spots, so make sure you be careful. A little area here over Sherman Oaks showing a little bit of light shower activity. All right, going to take these over to Scott Reif now. He's up in Air 7 HD with some breaking news. Good morning, Scott.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. We are in Rancho Cucamonga. Now, this is a tough one. If you travel the 210 freeway eastbound, you can see the semi that overturned with bags of fertilizer here about 3:30 this morning. It's an eastbound accident, but the bags of fertilizer went into the westbound lanes. If you travel eastbound, you have little to no delay. That's some good news. But on the 210 westbound, they have just the 2 left blocked. At one time, it was the 3 left. But look at the westbound 210. The weather's pretty bad out here. We can't see it all the way to the I-15, but it looks like off of the I-15, the 210 westbound is going to be a struggle. Think about the 10 westbound. Baseline looks good. Foothill Boulevard looks much better than the freeway for a westbound alternate. Now, we have another problem in Diamond Bar. We'll show you on the map. Travel the 57 south, and then you transition to the 60 westbound. That's a real tough spot there. It has volume this time of the morning. We're seeing heavier than normal delays on the South 57 and the 60 westbound. You'll need extra time there. Leslie?
Scott, thank you very much. Today, the LA City Council will meet once again after yesterday's meeting was filled with high emotion and protests from the public. All of this stemming from that leaked audio of racist comments. Yesterday, Councilwoman Nuri Martinez, who was heard on the tape, announced she was taking a leave of absence. Now, the others who were heard on tape, Kevin DeLeon and Gil Cedillo, walked out of the meeting amid growing calls for them to resign. Today, the council is expected to consider a new ballot measure that would create an independent redistricting commission since the racist comments were made during a meeting about redistricting.
These maps be re-looked at and revisited because we cannot trust the maps that we currently have based on the anti-black sentiment that we heard in these conversations.
Between what occurred or may have occurred and our duties and obligations to conduct an investigation to get to the truth, to gather the facts and apply the law to it. So we are in that process now. We are looking.
Nearly half of the LA City Council signed a motion yesterday asking for all 3 council members involved to resign. President Biden even weighed in, saying all 3 should step down.
Well, as top lawmakers weigh in on the controversy at City Hall, so are the candidates for the next mayor of LA. With less than a month to go before the election day, the candidates faced off in their final debate last night. Eyewitness News reporter Joy Rand has a recap for us.
We cannot tolerate hate speech or racism in our city.
Both candidates addressing the City Hall racism controversy in their opening statements.
There needs to be an investigation, and those officials must resign, but that's not enough.
I think there's more that we need to talk about. They went into a back room to carve up the city for their own special interest.
And Caruso used that controversy to go after Bass on another in a thinly veiled attack on her acceptance of a scholarship at USC.
I think anybody who is under a cloud of corruption should not be qualified to be in a leadership position, especially now.
Caruso went after Bass again in perhaps the most contentious moment of the night when candidates were asked whether they would pledge to not raise taxes to fight homelessness. Caruso took the pledge. Bass did not.
Congresswoman Bass will raise your taxes in order to get things done in the city of Los Angeles, and Rick Caruso will not.
What I said
Very big difference. You said you will not take that pledge.
I said I will not pledge to not raise taxes.
Well, that means you're going to raise taxes.
It does not.
Don't do political speech.
It does. I'm not doing political speech.
Would you raise taxes? Would you raise taxes?
You know what? If people are dying on our streets and it is necessary, I might do that. I think there's a lot of things to do before that, but to stand here and lie and pledge that I'm going to do something when 5 people are not going to wake up on those streets tomorrow. I'm going to do whatever it takes to solve this problem.
The end of the debate came down to bona fides.
There's only one candidate that's ever been responsible for overseeing the Los Angeles Police Department that's running for mayor.
There's only one candidate here who in 1990 went to the heart of the problem. In 85th and Broadway, Crips and Bloods, 1,000 homicides that year.
Jory Rand, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
President Biden will make his way to Southern California today after a quick stop in Colorado. For the latest on the president's visit, let's go to Eyewitness News reporter Tony Cabrera live in the newsroom. Tony.
Rachel, it's a busy week for the president. This morning, he'll be in Colorado before hopping on a plane and arriving at LAX about 4:30 this afternoon. While in Colorado this morning, the president will visit Camp Hale, a former U.S. Army outpost. He'll designate the area as a new national monument. He'll also use the opportunity to highlight his conservation efforts nationwide. During his SoCal stay, he has a number of events lined up, starting tomorrow when he's set to appear somewhere in Los Angeles to discuss investments in our infrastructure. He'll then head to a fundraiser for the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. Deadline says it will be in Brentwood with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, where tickets range from $5,000 to $50,000. On Friday, the president is scheduled to go down to Orange County to discuss inflation and lowering costs for American families. It's a topic he discussed last night on CNN.
Look, they've been saying this now, how every 6 months they say this. Every 6 months they look down the next 6 months and see what's going to happen. It hadn't happened yet. It hadn't. There's no guarantee that they're going to be. I don't think there will be a recession. If it is, it'll be a very slight recession. That is, we'll move down slightly.
President Biden also said inflation would be temporary, and that was about 18 months ago. Once he's done speaking in Orange County, he'll travel to Portland, Oregon to volunteer with the Oregon Democrats. Live in the newsroom, Tony Cabrera, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Tony, thank you very much.
And Cam skies one into left field. Thompson coming on, dying in the lane, and it's out number 3 in the ninth for a Game 1 Dodger win in this NLDS.
The Dodgers won 5-3 yesterday to take a 1-0 lead in the NLDS against the Padres. LA jumped out to an early lead and then held on. First pitch tonight, 5:37. Clayton Kershaw is expected to start.
Yeah, and a live look at Dodger Stadium, where Game 2 of the NLDS is set for later today. And maybe rain could play a factor in today's matchup. Brianna, they got a little rain last night.
Yeah, we're still seeing some this morning for certain areas of Los Angeles. Not expected to be as active of an afternoon as yesterday, but just know that the potential is there to see some more showers and thunderstorm activity heading into later today. It is finally starting to wind down a little bit. I'll put Live Mega Doppler 7000 HD on pause for you, but depending where you are, you may be stepping out the door to some wet weather. We are still seeing some thunderstorm activity too, a little closer to the coastline. We had a long line of thunderstorms that moved from pretty much Orange County out to the South Bay this morning, and we're still seeing some just off the coast there of the waters of Santa Monica. So seeing some moderate rainfall between Playa, Marina del Rey, and Santa Monica all the way up to Malibu. Heard from plenty of viewers in the Bellflower area, Marina del Rey, with a lot of lightning and thunder may have woke you up this morning. And then some light sprinkles for some other spots too. You see some around LA there. We had some around Downey, Glendale this morning. This afternoon should be really nice, and then it is expected to pick back up again a little later today. We'll be talking more about that coming up, guys.
Glad I didn't get that car wash. Thank you, Bree. Well, new this morning, the search is on for suspects after a smash and grab robbery was caught on camera in Bel Air.